What is your body trying to tell you right now?
My body is telling me right now that I need to focus on alignment rather than strength. And I think the strength will come as a byproduct of that alignment. I try to tell all my clients to prioritize alignment rather than whatever they think their goal is, because their actual goal does not always match what they think their goal is. Me personally, I look at my phone a lot. I feel like everybody does, and I'm constantly finding myself looking down. Or if I'm on my laptop, I'm looking down. Or, sitting all the time, you just end up slouching. And I like to I can't sit too long because I get uncomfortable, so I have to stretch and do things and do neck exercises and stuff like that just to keep it in place. What is your body trying to tell you right now?
I think for me, the biggest thing my body is trying to tell me is to focus more on slowing down and to focus more on smaller movements. The reason I say that is because as a trainer, as a group fitness instructor, I am moving around the city from place to place, and I've always been dealing with chronic pain in my lower back. And so when I walk for really long periods of time, or when I stand for really long periods of time, I get a lot of low back pain. And so part of me thinks, because I've been dealing with this issue my entire life, that I need something so dramatic to fix the issue, when in reality that's not what I need. What I need is actually just to slow down. So there's a lot of good postural tips or movement tips, as far as just laying on my back, having my feet on top of something, or even just working on small rotations of the hip and of the pelvis. That's actually going to help my low back free up a little bit. But because I think naturally we all think that the harder the pain is, or the more discomfort you feel, the more magical the solution has to be, when in reality it doesn't have to be magical. It's actually very simple, but sometimes we just have to put the consistency into that simplicity in order for it to actually have result. Allow my body to release the tension it no longer needs to hold. When do you catch yourself knowing that you need to slow down?
Honestly, I always try to get a really good video, or I try to get something captured on video, and then I end up doing 2 hours of juggling my soccer ball, so that I just will be completely exhausted on top of a workout. Usually that's when I'm like, all right, let's take 2 days off. Let's rest for 2 days straight and not do anything. If I'm doing a lot in one day, that's when I know I'm doing it to run away from something or alleviate stress, rather than to actually improve my physical being, When do you know that you need to slow down?
I like to look at energy for this one. If you just find yourself wired, but not really energetic, because those are two different things. You can have energy, natural energy, but if you're using coffee, drinking Celsius, or any of these kind of things pre-workout, if you're feeling wired but not rested, then that's a sign from your body that you kind of need to slow things down. If you feel too sore from a particular movement that you've always been practicing, because there's a nuance to this. If you're doing something new, you're going to end up being sore. But let's say for me, I always do pull-ups, and I'm doing a lot of pull-ups one day, but I feel too sore 2 days, 3 days, 4 days after that. That's a sign that my body is not recovering properly, and that I really need to slow it down. That way I can actually build back up better. So there's a lot of signs that your body's going to tell you. Usually I look at soreness. Usually I look at energy, true energy, natural energy. But also I also look at my gut health. And this is something new that I recently discovered, where if you're pooping and the pooping is coming out kind of not stable, it's not well formed, it's kind of very soft, very loose, that's a sign that your nervous system is just too much in a state of fight or flight and is not really relaxed enough to actually even have your poops come out normally. And I know that's very different, but it's true, and it really shows you just how integrated the body is. Because if your body is so focused on just surviving, it's not even going to focus on just having normal bowel movements. So those are the 3 things I look at and I tell people to look at. The last one being kind of new for me, but there's other ways you can also tell as well. But those 3 are usually the biggest indicators. For you specifically, what does real recovery look like?
I think real recovery is just feeling well rested, feeling strong, feeling able. You know, you're not achy, you're not tired, you're not, to go back to what you said, you're not needing the Celsius, you're not needing the coffee. The natural energy is flowing. Not everybody knows that feeling, how to identify that feeling, I feel like, because they're so attached to the artificial energy. But you'll feel vitality when you're well rested. On recovery day, I've grown to love recovery days because I would hate rest. I would do 2 workouts in a day. I just would not understand the importance. For my recovery, I do a mix of things. I like to do a little bit of red light. I have a red light mat in my on my bed. So I try to do that every night before I go to bed. I'll do, not very often, but I've done a few ice baths. I do enjoy the benefits of that. It's pretty invigorating, the feeling that it gives you. Sleep. I don't like to leave my place. After a certain time, I won't leave, because if I leave, I'm staying up way later than I need to, you know? So 6, 7, I'm done for the day. That's been a hard thing for me to balance in terms of rest, you know, knowing when to just stay at home. What does recovery look like for you?
So I actually have tools at my disposal that I know not everybody has. So because of the gyms I have access to, I have sauna, I have cold plunge, I have steam room. I love the steam room. And that's usually what my recovery looks like. Usually it's a mix of contrast temperature therapy, so a lot of sauna. And then when I'm in the sauna, something that I like to do is I like to have a gua tool. And I like to just give myself massages in the sauna, just because in the sauna, your body's a little bit more pliable. So if you have any adhesions in the body, any part that feels kind of stuck, in the sauna and in heat is actually a really good opportunity for you to just put pressure in that area, breathe into it, and it'll release. So that's one thing I like to do. And then right after, cold plunge, because the feeling you get, like Gio mentioned, it just feels good. So those are a couple things. Also, I like to do a lot of qigong, a lot of shaking, so a lot of Eastern styles of practices. So even just shaking your hand like this, and you can take this to another level. You can even shake your arm, your body, your legs. Even the act of just shaking, it kind of feels really good, just getting blood into the area and just kind of feeling what it is to be loose in that specific joint. So those are some practices I kind of do every now and then on rest days, just I like to shake. But the biggest thing has to be meditation. Like daily, I try to meditate for at least 30 minutes a day, because most people think they're resting, but they're not. People think that being on your bed scrolling is rest, but we know that scrolling is actually engaging your mind in a way that doesn't necessarily optimize rest, right? If you're watching TV, if you're watching a movie that's horror or even funny, those are still a lot of emotions that you're putting yourself through that's not really allowing your nervous system and your body to actually just kind of find a baseline. So meditation for me is important because it's true rest. Most people think they're resting, but they're still scrolling. They're still engaged, right? Most people think they're resting, but they're still engaged watching TV. Most people think they're resting, but they have mental stress that they're not really addressing from a mental perspective. So really learning and practicing meditation, because it is a practice. It's not something you're going to be good at for the first couple months you do it, but it's something that you practice, and eventually you'll just be able to get into the state of silence. And in that silence, you'll feel what true rest actually feels like.
What is your body trying to tell you right now? All right, so your starting position is the top of the roller with the right foot. Your left foot is gonna, first you wanna lift it up in the air and straighten it and have it fully active. Then you might wanna scoot the roller over a little bit to the left, just so you can grab it from that contracted position. You know what I mean? So you're fully squeezing that straight leg, and then you're sending the roller down. Yes. You can feel that kind of opening up. Yeah. I think it's directly opening what would produce a good dragon squat. You know what I mean? And the way back, when you're pulling it back.
Feeling your cramp on this leg.
Down first. You want to keep this one straight. And then from here, once you're here, then you're turning the top. You know what I mean? So then what I think that whenever I watch people doing it, I see them get that slight.
Yeah, they're like,
lean,
yeah.
Right?
I'm like, how the fuck they get that shit?
That's what I was thinking. Bro, when I did this, I was like, this is probably what they're feeling.
That straightening out of that back leg.
Right?
That's tough.
Because it's a squeeze on the hip. You're also, like you said, the calf has to stay pointed, right? Dragging it back like this, but it forces you to keep this leg really straight and precise. You know what I mean? And you feel the middle of your foot.
Oh yeah, working.
It's like a really good squeeze on the foot. If you let it, in order for it to roll correctly, you have to keep that leg straight.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's good because it activates things that a regular squat won't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like. There's things that activates that I didn't have awareness of just doing
Beforehand, right?
those kinds of things. So what I'm focused on this whole time is more of keeping the back leg straight and squeezing the glutes, squeezing the calf and the toes. And you got to keep it straight in order for it to go back in the right line. Yes. And then keep it straight as you come up. Point the toe.
I lost it.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It forces that left leg to stay active while you would have just been using the right leg. So I'm gonna use the ball. Look, catch the ball like this, bring it out, and scoop it like that.
And then catch it again.
Bro, can you?
That's wild.
Just getting around like this in one motion.
That's wild.
And also it's activating this whole thing is squeezing like
crazy, yeah, just to keep the ball there.
That's something you have to do training.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You gotta actually work that.
Yeah.
And spend time. Almost like the one-arm handstand.
Yep.
Like you gotta spend mad time on that.
I'm starting to understand the one-arm pull-up actually.
Oh yeah?
A little bit more now. I'm understanding the need to kind of, because every time I see people do it, they have this like first thing.
Yeah.
And they're kind of leaning to one side.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're focusing on the elbow,
like
or
up.
the shoulder at the same time as the elbow. So this squeeze, once I figured out that squeeze, I was like,
you know
this
what?
is how they're doing it.
You know, I actually understood that. I caught that a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Because that's like the specific, remember the landmines?
Yes.
It's the exact thing
Exactly.
man.
Yes.
So when but honestly, you get fatigued hard and it's a lot on the bicep.
Yes.
When you're halfway,
Yes.
to be able to get that coil,
Yes.
that's a lot right here. It's a lot right there.
I've never felt my bicep work harder than doing calisthenics rather than doing curls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like it works so much harder.
Calisthenics just like, even the Pelican throws with the rings.
That's what I'm saying.
That's wild.
That's crazy.
Wild.
Nope.
You can't get that with rings.
Exactly. I mean, you can lean back and do this whole thing, which is it's not the same. It's not the same because on top of using your biceps, you're also still connected to your body.
I've been feeling a little, because this week was the first week I actually got back to like my strength training, calisthenics style. For me, I felt that a little bit more. Instead of me training the straddle, I actually started training the full, but with a band assistance. So I put the band right on top of the rings right here, and now I just take one skinny part of the band and then have it on my feet.
Gotcha.
So I'll show you the video. It was like 10 seconds. I'm like, I gotta get to 15 seconds, 20 seconds. Because it just like, it's different. And then I went back to my planche. So for me,
I like training.
I think one of the reasons why my handstands were good few months ago is because of the planche workout I was doing. Because I banana back too much. The planche, it works literally everything opposite of the banana back, but you're still on your hands.
Bro, these tricks are not just tricks. They're literally like aligning you.
Yeah.
Bro, that's what calisthenics is, honestly. It's like being in alignment.
Being in alignment.
That's it. Like when you're fully aligned. Oh my goodness. That's a great idea.
Yeah, right? The setup was hard. So like, for example, you saw me.
You sent me that actually.
Did I?
Yeah, you sent me that one.
Look, I was like struggling just to get the one band.
Yo, this is what people don't see.
Yeah, right?
I'll be doing, bro.
And then once I got it, I was like, boom. Then I got that boom, that scap.
Nice.
On that specific one, I could have squeezed my quads a little bit more. I did on the last one. This was my second one. But
do you like this training better with the rings or with the bar?
I like the rings. Because the only reason I like the rings is because I want to be able to do it with the rings.